You're up on stage and finally it feels like you're singing well. Each line comes out beautifully, but all of a sudden you feel like you're running out of air and you realize that you have a high note coming up. Feeling a little panicked, you're afraid that you may not have enough air to sing that high note at the end of the phrase. And just like that, you run out of gas. Let's go. Singing doesn't have to be this way. You can master the right breath so that you can always sing your best and feel confident. You may not realize it, but just like a car, your voice has a gas tank. And if you don't fuel it correctly, you are going nowhere fast. If you've ever felt your breath leave you when you need it the most, you know exactly what I mean. The correct breath for singing is called the diaphragmatic breath, and it can make or break your singing. So let me show you how to do it. Everyone tries to raise their shoulders and chest when they inhale, but that's the worst thing you can do. In your house. Instead, the diaphragmatic breath should not move your shoulders or your chest. It's located completely in your stomach and the extension of your lower ribs. But how the heck do you do that? Unfortunately, when most singers try this, they just try to stick their stomach out. Simple, right? But actually, if your breath is not naturally expanding your stomach, you're doing something wrong. It's like when you're a kid and you're just stepping on your tippy toes in order to seem taller rather than just growing taller. Instead, inhale, and this time, allow the stomach to come out following the breath rather than the other way around. But when you do this, you'll notice a problem. Your stomach is coming out and it makes you look fat. So many singers are afraid of doing this because they're afraid of looking stupid. But the moment that you let go of looking silly, you'll see that your breath control improves dramatically. But so far, all of this is theoretical. I mean, you actually have to sing something eventually, right? Now that you've found your diaphragmatic breath, it's time to road test this on an actual phrase from a song. A great example of a long phrase in music, out of music that I really like, is the song Like a Stone, as performed by Audioslave and sung by Chris Cornell. On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness, by a freeway. Now, as you do this, you'll find it incredibly tempting to lift up your shoulders and chest to help you make it to the end of the phrase. This is your body's bad habits, and we have to fight them. Now I want you guys to try this with me. So go ahead and pause the video, reset without the music, and then try it again, making sure to allow the breath to expand your stomach and not the other way around. On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness, by a freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages. So far, you'll notice that we've only done these long sustained phrases on low notes. But odds are, if you're thinking of a song that requires a lot of breath control, that note that requires a lot of breath support probably happens on a high note. So let's do an exercise to help you train that. Let's try this on an octave sustain scale, where we walk up, we repeat, then we hold the note before coming back down. In this case, we're gonna do this on mum, like you're saying the word mother. Now, before you try this, make sure that you take that nice low diaphragmatic breath where your stomach expands as you inhale. I'll go ahead and do this one with you so that you can practice along with me at home. Mama, 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 mama. Now, so far, you'll notice that all of the breath control exercises that we've done have been just that. They've been on exercises. Now, exercises are great, but we need to try this on a song to see if we can put this into practice. Let's try this on a song by a famous soul singer named Bill Withers. Bill Withers was well renowned for his breath control. In the song Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers repeats this, I know, 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 21 times in a row without a breath. But there's a much simpler song of Bill's that we can use that actually uses a very similar exercise to this octave sustain that I just taught you. And the song is called Lovely Day. The song goes like this. A lovely day But it's really hard to do this cold. So rather than just jumping into the song, let's try this on an exercise. So we can take that E4 note that Bill sings, and we can make that the top note in that octave repeat scale that it just showed you. Go ahead and try that with me. Ma, 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 ma. Then once you've got a little bit more comfort in taking that nice low breath, go ahead and go back to the song and try it again. A lovely day. You'll notice that when you start to undo your body's habit of taking those quick, short, inefficient breaths, you'll be able to have so much more breath support and hit high notes with way more power. You're actually setting your voice up for success, rather than just petering out or having kind of a weak voice. Finding and practicing this diaphragmatic breath is key to improving and strengthening your singing voice. So practice these warm-ups every day along with these other great vocal exercises to help you gain more confidence in your singing.